Hi, I'm Christina and I'm with the Weinstein Art Management, a company that has recreated a millennia-old art form called Fayum. In the 1st century BC, Egyptians began to paint realistic oil portraits on wood that were later to be called a Fayum portrait. Portraits on wood were one of the most highly regarded art forms in the classical world. Those portraits covered the faces of mummies, of famous, of the rich, and even of the pharaohs themselves. Nothing like this has ever been created before in the world.
History teaches us that often greatest discoveries were made because someone encountered a problem. We at the Weinstein Art Management had a problem. And the problem was that several of our best artists couldn't paint fast enough to satisfy the demands of our customers. It's a good problem to have. However, it was a problem and we wanted to answer to this demand and looked at every possible solution. First, we examined what is there on the market and found giclées and serigraphs. Both are very exact and very good copies, but they lack human touch. They lack artistic hand. And we wanted more. We wanted something that will not only convey the images you like, but also would bear a soul of an artist. And we found Fayum.
So we start with the preparation of the boards that we make out of a very specific birch that we have delivered from Finland or Russia. It is a very special kind of birch that can be found only in the Baltic Sea. The wood is then treated with wax and several other natural materials. We then prepare this dough-like substance that has to be hard enough for us to be able to print on it, however, just soft enough for us to be able to kind of shape and sculpt it after the image has been transferred. This layer is called lefkas, and in Greek it means white, and that is actually the basis and the essence of every icon or a Fayum making in the world. If you know how to make this layer, this will assure beauty of the colors and longevity of the Fayum.
One of the most fascinating projects which I took part in was developing a technology for image transfer for Fayum paintings. We mixed up old technology and new technology. Obviously we used computers, and doing this we were able to create fantastic new product which is completely unique and does not resemble anything else which exists in the world.
In the process of creating each of the limited edition Fayums, there are multiple layers that happen prior to the image transfer and after the image transfer. Each one of these steps in the process help create an original piece of each individual Fayum. Prior to the image transfer, there is work on the lefkas with palette knife, with acids. It's basically a sculpted board, each one unique and handled specifically for the image that's going to be on it. The production of each individual lefkas cannot be mass produced just by the nature of how it is produced. It takes a lot of talent and time to create all the subtleties in the surface. About 2 to 4 weeks per sheet. This includes all the drying times and different layers of product that are going on. For this reason, no two can be made alike, and that's what causes each Fayum to be an original piece. The paint that we'll be using when we do these touch-ups and surface detailings is egg tempera. This is very important because there are different styles of tempera paints, egg tempera being the oldest. It's made by hand here using real egg yolks, vinegar or wine as the solvent, and powdered pigments all blended together. This is used primarily to keep the tradition of the original Fayum process.
The same basic image can be transferred into Fayum multiple times. However, each Fayum produced by this method will in fact be different and unique. As they say, a new is a well-forgotten old, which is very true in our case. Fayums are made by utilizing ancient technologies and modern materials. We're collaborating with some of the most outstanding contemporary artists, and only the best of the best are having their images transferred into the Fayum form. And these artists are selling for tens of thousands of dollars and are hanging in some of the most famous world museums and are considered to be national treasures. Fayums are beautiful, limited by nature, made by hand, and are authentic. So if you love art, you will love a Fayum.